YouTube channel. My name is Betchentai. She's Tamika Bet Mwendwa Kathrima. So a while ago, I went to visit my mom's family friend. Okay, our family friend. They have a teen daughter. She's in school. So it took like almost 4 days to a week. I can't remember, but we were talking about something sensitive. She's in like form 2. So I decided to talk about this because most parents, we assume that if you leave your daughter with someone, that it's like trustworthy, your sister, your brother, or any family member, you think your baby is safe, and in reality they're not safe. So it's like it's a real story time because it really triggered me, Sana. I had to talk about this to educate you parents out there. And as I say that it will trigger some people out there. So we went to visit my mom's our family friend. She has an only she has she has an only child. So the reason I'm giving you all this is because I'm trying to give you like the whole story, like the plot, so that you cannot get lost. So she, due to her work, she needs to like find someone to care for the child when she comes for midterms, holidays, and all. So the baby, okay, let me say, not say the baby, she's a teenager. So the girl stays with one of the mom's sisters. You see, the mom, the sister, or the child's aunt. So the aunt is married and she has kids. So the thing that's okay, Ata, before we go to all that, when we were there, she used to like look at me like she wants to tell me something, but she can't. So she waited for like, I don't know if she waited or there was a day we were just the two of us, me, her, okay, and Tamika as usual, because she follows me 24/7. So she decided to tell me a story. She was like, you know what? Uncle Fulani and Uncle someone so and so has been molesting me. And I'm like, molesting you? How? Okay, she decided, okay, the girl had been expelled from the school she was in. So she had, you know, those children like Umandika, you take that thing for high school, you write someone's name on your hand or on your thigh using a compass or a pencil, like to remove a mark. So she did that, and her parents were called. And the first thing the parents did was she went to school and hit the baby. You know, as a parent, okay, the thing, I was raised with, my mom never likes to beat me in school. She'll punish me at home, but when in school, she'll side on with me. Of which most parents are supposed to be doing that, because once you hit your child in front of the teachers or the head teacher, like anywhere in front of, like once you hit your child publicly, no one will ever respect your child. Everyone will be using something or will be accusing your child for something wrong, accusing your child doing something wrong, yet they didn't, because they know your reaction, because they have already read you. They know this parent can beat the child wherever they want, and the child has no say, and the parent doesn't listen to the child, sorry. So the girl was expelled from school, so she came back home. And the parent, after the parent has battered, actually she was battered, not disciplined. She was beaten like it's a man beating a baby girl. That's how it was, because she threw punches and all and all and all. So we went she went home, stayed with the mom while the mom works. The mom is not the kind of person that stays with the child and starts to know what happened, explain to me. She has evidence. You've written yourself on your body. That's wrong. And I'm supposed to punish you the way I want you, my child. I'll kill you even if I want. So we stayed like as I said, 4 to like a whole week. 4 days to a whole week. I can't remember well. So before we go home, the girl wasn't. She was reluctant that I can go home, and I was like, no, I need to go home. I need to do this and this and that, like my normal things now. Okay, I have my programs at home. Even though I'm staying, I'm a stay at home mom. So she was like, at first I asked her, why were you expelled? I was pretending that I don't know anything. So I was like, why were you expelled? And she's like, because I wrote someone's name, a dude's name on my hand. And I asked her, what did you use? And she told me she used a compass, like the dividers, the ones that are on mathematical sets. And I'm like, didn't you feel any pain? Because if you see, the cuts were deep. The cuts were not just light ones when the ones we used to do in high school, like you draw a flower or what or what. No, it was a deep thing. And I remembered, like, I have friends, sorry to say, I have friends who've dealt with cutting themselves. And I know it's something that is from the inside, it's something that is hurting you so much to cut yourself. If you see someone is at a point of cutting themselves, you should investigate, not rush to hit them or not rush to judge them. So I just approached her nicely and was like, why is that boy your boyfriend or something? And she was like, no, I even don't know whose name is that. I don't, I just wrote the name. We can give him, let me not just put out names, but let's say Mr. X. So he wrote X there, a long name with a compass, a deep cut. I was like, okay, so what made you write that thing? Because at first, what I thought is that that man has done something bad to you. So I was like, yeah, you have written that, or yeah, you've written that name because you remembered something he did to you. Maybe he tortured you, maybe he bullied you or something, or let's say molested you. And she was like, no, I don't know anyone in this world named Mr. X. And I'm like, talk to me. You've known me for a while. You've known me since you were a baby. You were born you've known me your entire childhood. So talk to me. I'm like your sister. Talk to me. And that's when she decided to talk to me. And she was like, mom leaves me on holidays when I close. I go to auntie's so and so place to stay for a week or for a month till the school opens. And I'm like, yeah. So she's like, her husband has been molesting me. And I'm like, what? The husband has been molesting a teenage girl, the niece to the wife. Okay. And I'm like, and I told her, for how long has it been going on? And she told me ever since she stepped in that house. So ever since that girl has been stepping in that house, the man has been molesting the girl. So at first, what came into my mind was she was being like sexually harassed. Maybe she was being raped, and I was like, "Do you go to the hospital?" And she was like, "No, what's the hospital for?" And I'm like, "Okay, have you?" It was hard for me because it's hard to give children this stuff. And I'm like, "Have you engaged like sexually? Has he touched you? Like, has his private part touched your private part and all?" And she was like, and she told me, "No, the man has been just touching her inappropriately." And to me, that's molestation. And the funny part is, us as ladies, we always know when the man is on the wrong. When your man is doing something wrong, whether you're married or dating, you always have that feeling. And if you're in the same house, okay, it's hurting that my voice is like that. And if you're in the same house, you'll always know the whereabout anything in your home, as long as you're married, even if you're working 24/7, you always know there is something fishy in your house, or there is something fishy with your husband. So I was like, okay, Does what time does he touch you? So apparently the man pretends like he loves studies. Yeah, he is that person that loves to study. So he's looking for the well-being of the child. So he will wake the girl at 4, 5, 6 a.m. early before everyone is awake so that she can study. So that time he will go wake a girl up. So he is not your uncle. He's not your direct uncle, but he will go wake you up at 4 a.m. Does that really make sense? You allow a man to go and wake up for, and he is not the father. He's not the direct uncle, because direct uncles are not even good. Also good, they're not good. Uncles do a lot of stuff to their nieces. So if your blood brother can do something to your daughter or to your son, why do you let someone who's married to your sister to do things like to wake your child up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to tell her to go and study? Yet he's not the one even paying the school fees of your child. He's just accommodating your child for a few days so that they can go back to school. So at that time when for that's where he goes, he molests the girl. He touches her everywhere he wants and he pleases. Mind you, she's a developing teen, so definitely her things are shooting, are popping up. Mm? And then come back to normal. You know, I really didn't get that. So the thing that pains me the most is that the child, when I asked the child, couldn't you report? She said, my aunt says that she's not working, so if the man ever does something wrong and gets, I didn't want to give details. Let's say he gets caught, she won't have any access to her children will never get access to any financial stability. She won't get access to any financial stability, and they'll go broke, and the children will go broke, and the future of the children will go down. So she the teen girl cannot is not supposed to say anything that happened to her, and that's how it has been going on. So the child decided to talk to one of the workers because they're rich. So she decided to talk to one of the workers because they are close. They are like not almost age mates, but let's say people who are done with school early. So when you're like you're done with school at 17. So before you're 18 to go to campus, you look for something to do, an easy job to do. So she decided to talk to that boy and was like, "This is happening to me. I don't know what to do." And he said he'll decide to talk to the boss, now the girl's uncle. And when they talked to, I don't know if he talked to him because later the boy was fired. I don't know what happened, but okay, she told me the boy was fired. So it has been going on till I was like, okay, after that I told her I'll try something to do. I'll, even if you want to, I'll come up with something that if it's okay, or when it's okay, or I look for something better, you can come stay over at my place, or because we are that close, you can come stay over at my place on your holidays if your mom is busy to stay with you, or it's better even you stay with your grandma, or like, yeah, you stay with your grandma than you stay with someone who'll do things to you. So it went like that. So mom, at least I talked to my mom, because now you can't just accommodate someone in your place for no without discussing with the people you're staying with the people you're staying at your place with. Plus the mom, I'm so sure she would have never agreed for her to stay with me at the end of the day. So my mom talked to her, so sometimes she stays with the grandma, sometimes she stays with the mom. But the problem here was, so after I've told you the story, the problem here is, why let your child stay with other people? I don't Like, it doesn't matter where you're staying, where your position is, where your work position is, where you're supposed to be, what you're doing, that it gives you, or what your shifts are, so that you can let your baby stay with someone that is doing wrong to your child. Yet there are other family members who are so happy to stay with your child and like lead them in a good way at the end of the day. Why are parents so ignorant about their kids' behaviors at the end of the day? Because first, when you go to the cutting of yourself and drawing yourself with a compass divider, it's something deep. It's something deep. If it's a cut that in it takes like 3 months to heal and come back like your normal skin color and normal shading oil, and the markings to disappear, why can't you just sit with your child, no matter gender, boy or girl? Sit with that child, talk to that child, and know what's happening. Because most people will be like, no, teenagers do this, teenagers do that, don't give them excuses. But no, no, because like, I don't have much to say, but how could you how could you go embarrass your child in front of the school without knowing the cause root of what is happening to school? Because even if maybe she was not being molested by the uncle or so, um what if it was a teacher molesting the kid? What would you have done? What if she was not expelled to that school and just given a suspension? When she goes back, she'll be the teacher comes and find her and says, "You see, your mom can't do anything to you. Your parents can't do anything to you, so I can do anything to you, anything I want, how I want it." Why can't you parents be like, "This is my child. This is what I decided to have." Hmm? It's not a rape case because that child, okay, she's a single mom. So, and the funny part is, the child told me a lot of stuff the mom says to the girl, which is so hurting. The girl told me her mom comes home drunk, and whenever she's drunk or even sober, she tells the child that I got you through rape. You are a mistake. You are not supposed to be here, because if it's not, it's because of you my life is like this. It's because of you, this and this and that. And I had to tell the child the truth. I told her I was there. I was born, like, I was older when you were born, so, and I knew things. If it was a rape case, by now that man angekuwa ameshashikwa. That man would have been taken to prison, because it's a family friend, so we could have followed that case by then, or my parents could have followed that case by then. Two, if you were a rape case, why does she let you go to visit your dad, or she promises you to go visit your dad for holidays? Doesn't that click? If she was a rape case, I know the mom, she would have never had that child. I'm not supporting abortion or what, but the mom would have never had that child. Come rain, come shine. At her, like, even if she was being tied somewhere in a room, she would have done anything to remove that baby. So why is she telling? Why as an adult tell a teen person, especially a teen when everyone has gone through teenhood? Like, if you're 20 years and above, you've gone through teenhood, right? So you know what happens when you're a teen. So why do you have to tell a teenager that all those bad words? Why do you have to tell a teenager bad things? Okay, let's say per se she was raped. Let's say you were raped and you had this baby. Are you supposed to let the baby know you were raped, or come up with even with a story? Just tell the child, oh, your dad died in a car crash or something, and take her there to Langata Cemetery and show a random whatever, what is it called, random name, or you say he sinked at a ship, he was a cruise ship or cruise person or what? Why tell a child that they were an outcome of rape? and not telling them at a good position. You tell them when you're drunk, you tell them when you're bitter, or when you're mad. When you're mad at that child. Um, why let your husband, go touch a minor? It really doesn't add up. Why let? Because that was what I kept asking myself. I know maybe you guys have troubles, maybe your marriage is not working, or whatever happens in your marriage, we don't know. But why let him touch a minor? It doesn't add up to me when you say that you'll be left with no money, your children will have no future. That's no excuse. That's the stupidest, that's the most stupid excuse I've ever come across with. At least angesema, she would have said that maybe the man threatened to kill them or something. But money, like stability, I know everyone wants money, but if he's taken to jail, you'll have his companies. You're the wife, you're the legal wife, you'll have his company's share. You'll have things that you. And the funny thing, they have a family company, so when he is taken to jail or something, or he's being punished, you'll run it. So that's a number one, that's a lazy woman. That's a woman who doesn't want to do her things. She doesn't want to have her thing, or she's tired of going to work. Now she uses excuses of raising a child, their children in the house, yet she has like three households in the house. So parents, as we're going to, it's November, December will come very fast. So as we're going to our holidays and all, remember your children, no matter the age, no matter the, like, teens, no matter the developing teens, that age between toddlers and teens, your age kwanza pia inakwanga very, it's very delicate. So don't let don't let your kids just be around anyone. Children are being groomed out here. A lot of kids are being groomed out here, not only with aunties and uncles, but also even with your husband. Your husband can be grooming your child. Rare cases, women, mothers do that, but even mothers do that. So as a hubby, as a father to someone, if you're, you know your ways, you know God and all, you know you're not supposed, you know your responsibilities, your head is not even looking at your child that way, or looking at any child that way, and you notice your wife is doing that. Because men, first, you don't pay attention to your family as long as your child has the needs, the thing, the child needs met, you're okay with that. You, as long as you haven't had the child is in the hospital, even if the child is in the hospital, as long as the bills are paid, you don't pay attention to the kids. So you should train yourself to pay attention to the kids, so that you can know, my baby is behaving like this is not normal. My wife is behaving like this is not normal. Same case to the ladies. These days, let's say you're the head of a company, or the CEO, you're the CEO. You're like, you're a head of a department. Your work makes you focus more on your work. You can have like an hour or 2 hours when you go, or whenever you have your day off, take your child for a date, talk to them, make them close to you. Not them just telling, okay, I'm not saying to the girl as a random stranger, but don't make your child open up to someone else other than you, and you're the one who carried your child 9 months. You're the one who's been being with your child when she was sick, for better for worse, you with your baby, but they go open up to someone else. That's not good. So watch your children a lot, a lot, a lot, because children get lost under their parents' watch. Most children, not the children who are in the orphanages, or the children who are being guided with other people, children get lost under the care of their parents. So watch your children. Don't assume that I've left my child with her sister, she's okay. We have a lot of cases here of men sleeping with the sister to the wife, you know. around. So if a man can do that to the sister's wife, the wife's sister, to the to the sister of the wife, how sure are you they can't do that to your child, or do that to the to your niece? Uh, so just take care of the children around, because at the end of the day, the child will be saying they don't need a man in their life because they've seen what type of men are around in this world. And we all need father figures and male figures in our life. So we should be like teaching these girls or teaching these boys to know that it's okay to say something. When something is not okay, it's okay to say that thing, to report that thing, to come out about that thing. Not just because an adult says this is right, this is right. Teach your children as early as possible the parts to be touched and the parts not to be touched. Actually, teach your children that it's not okay to be touched by anyone. You yourself, you're not touching your child. You yourself, you're not bathing your child. Then you don't teach yourself your children these things. Where are we heading to? Because I was so mad at that aunt. I was so mad at that aunt. She knew. The child is calling. I was so mad at that aunt, because she knew what's happening in the house, but she never said anything. And she sleeps. So how do you sleep with knowing that your husband is touching your niece? So are you happy about that? Just keep like, I don't know. I'm so mad to a point I'm lacking words at all. You lead your children to bad things at the end of the day. Then when they react or something triggers them and they react so bad, you lash at them, you throw shade at them. And as I always say, the child never told you to bring them into the world. The child never told you to go to the mischief that you are in. The child never gave you a boyfriend or a man to sleep with you. So I never get that part. So at the end of the day, as children come back home, just do your best. Not try, do your best to be around your children. Because those aunties and uncles, those brothers and sisters of yours that you're leaving your children with, they're not taking care of your children. Because at the end of the day, they're not their children. They're not their like immediate flesh and blood. Yes, qua DNA we'll see they're your relatives, but they did not carry that child anywhere in their life. So why let a stranger, yes, a stranger in your life, take care of your baby at the end of the day? So please don't. And I'm like really, really, really begging you guys, don't let your children stay with people who are not you. Even your even the children's sisters, the children's siblings. These days, siblings are evil at the end of the day. Siblings, don't expect your sibling to come. Don't expect your child to raise a child for you. Your child might look very responsible, but they have their own traumas they have to deal with. They have their own life they have to deal with. You are the experienced parent. Even if the situation is worse, look for the weekend. If okay, Monday to Friday it's school day, there is no much interaction. But what about the weekends? What about the weekends? Because most of the parents, I notice that they give their children to other people so that they can be freed from raising a child. So what will you gain if your child is, at the end of the day, grows up to be someone more stupid or more immorally brought up? Because the way I will raise my child is not the way I will raise my sibling or my brother or my sister. Because for them, they're not my children, so I'll let them have whatever they want, or I'll let them live the way they want. After all, they're not my children. I have to care about my child, not my sister or my brother. Same case with the aunties. I have my child. Why should I care for my niece I have my child to raise. Like at the end of the day, this one is more important than the niece and the nephews. So parents, try your best to take care of your children. That's what I'll keep on telling you. Try your best to take care of that child, because at the end of the day, no one told you go procreate. It's only God who said procreate. So no one else, no human went and told you go get pregnant. No one told you go add another baby so that your children can raise your children. You know. So what will you be doing at the end of the day? And then when the child comes to be not the way you wanted, you start blaming the other sibling. It's not right. So as we go on about our businesses, you should keep your children first priority, because at the end of the day, na nitashinda kusema hivi, at the end of the day, you're the one who decided to have a child, not the one you're giving your child to be raised with. Sawa sawa. So be blessed. Shame on you to people who see a child being molested and not saying anything, whether a boy or a girl. Kwanza, you guys take advantage of boys a lot. And then when they grow up, they start sleeping with different women. You start complaining and calling the boys bad names, but it's you who never raised your son right. So shame on you who take advantages of minors because they don't have a say, or because their parents are not putting much effort in seeing their children. Shame on you to who is encouraging all these things, or an officer who never takes these things seriously, or is paid by the molester and does nothing at the end of the day. A big shame on you. And please, to any child out here who will get to see this, to any teenager who will get to see this, report. It's better everyone knows. Wait, these days a lot of people are having family gatherings and all family meetings. When you're told to introduce yourself, say uncle this and this, or auntie this and this is molesting me. I give you my email. You can talk to me, because I've found a lot of things. Okay, I've found a lot of triggering things. I'll be discussing them, the ones that I'm familiar with at the end of the day. The ones maybe I've gone through, or I know someone close I've gone through. And you can email me and tell me your stuff. If I get the courage, not if I get the courage, because I know I'm courageous, I can come and face those people. So if you really need help, I'm always on my email a lot. Because your parents can take your phone away from you, but you can go to the cyber, you can access your family laptop or your family computer. Just email me, I'll get it. So you tell me the things that are going on, I'll basically report. Because anything involving a child, a minor, is too much. Not even minors, because these days you have situations where, like, maybe your parents are from the not around, let's say Nairobi, then you've been called to a campus in Nairobi, and before you settle and find other houses, rentals to stay around, you have to stay with your relatives. Your relatives do something like this, you have a say at the end of the day. What I'm trying to tell you is, you have a say. It's really it's really hurting me. You have a say at the end of the day. It's your body, it's your life. If someone else destroys your life, you're the one left to fix it. You're then left hurting. And maybe when later you find someone who loves and cherishes you, you'll end up hurting them because of your trauma. So really, 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 you have to have your say, because you have your say. So you have to report, or find something to get out of that place. Find something, disturb them. Actually, I will say disturb them. Be a nuisance to that house, so that they can have no choice but to kick you out at the end of the day. Because it's better being kicked out and your mom looks for or your dad looks for a bed sitter or a single, it's better you live in a single house, single roomed house, than living in such environment, because it's your future. At the end of the day, it's your future, it's your children's future, it's your grandchildren's future, it's a lot of your generations that will come from you future because of that. So, and if you're not comfortable to talk to me, like, you can find someone close to talk to you, like the girl did. She talked to me, yet I'm not, we're just family friends, I'm not that close to them, like relative wise, or we see each other a lot of times, because now school we see each other like 2 times in a year, you get. But she got the opportunity to talk to me, and she got the courage to talk to me. So just look for someone you can talk to, so that they can find a way to help you at the end of the day. Because at least I felt I did something, at least I helped in a way. Atakama, it's not coming to my place and stay with me, she now at least she stays with the mom, which is okay, it's kind of better than staying with someone who's molesting you. um so yeah, find someone else, find someone you can talk to and that can understand you, say not, and you should decide, not just analyze, because you can decide to talk to someone and they go and trash talk you elsewhere so that you can get into trouble. So no excuse, no the people you're talking to at the end of the day. Anyway, thanks for watching me again. It's been a blessing. It's hurting. You can listen to my voice, you can hear my voice how it is. So it's hurting. And just like, don't forget to like, share, comment. I need the comments, and subscribe if you haven't. Be blessed and highly favored. I love you guys for subscribing and watching. Thank you. See you next time. Love you. Bye.